Well, if you guys haven't seen by now, we got 3 new teaser trailers from Battlefield, giving us a little bit of a glimpse off of what we'll most likely be seeing during this big Gamescom event. This, of course, is the last big event for Battlefield till our big October release date. So we're going to find out a lot of information and a lot of new stuff I'm expecting for Battlefield during this big event. So that is just around the corner. We're almost there. I'm expecting to find out the exact date for our open beta launch. We only know right now that it's going to be in early September. We don't have an exact date yet. So I'm expecting to hear more about that during Gamescom. Also, going to be excited to hear more about the actual details of the open beta, as I'm expecting it to be much different than what we've been experiencing in the alpha. We already know from the developers that we will be experiencing a new map, and from the looks of this Gamescom trailer title, The Devastation of Rotterdam, it appears we'll be playing in Rotterdam itself. So if that turns out to be the case, I think this is a really good route for DICE to go down on, as those close quarter combat urban maps I think go over really well for the community. I'm already hearing people call it the IMEMS 2.0, so if it's anything like IMEMS, it's definitely going to be a very solid map. I do want to note that in this little teaser trailer snippets, there is some footage in a desert environment. Now, obviously, Rotterdam is located nowhere near a desert, so it's making me wonder what exactly we could be seeing here. Could this be possibly another map we'll get to experience? Or what I was thinking about would be even better is if that has something to do with more of the campaign. How cool would it be if in the open beta, not only did we get to have a multiplayer experience, but a campaign experience as well? That, of course, is just me wishfully thinking. There's no official word from DICE yet. We'll know soon enough when Gamescom rolls around. The cool thing is we'll be able to see this full trailer in action tomorrow, August 16th. So we'll get a chance to experience that for the rest of the week, dive into that over the weekend, and by then Gamescom will be upon us. Switching over to some alpha news, just as quick as the alpha goes up, it just as quickly goes back down. So the alpha is going to end for us tomorrow, August 16th at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So not quite the Friday end date I thought it'd end on. I even thought it could possibly extend over the weekend, but quite the contrary. It's actually going to end on a Thursday morning. So it seems like DICE got all the information they were looking for. Again, this alpha build was just to implement some tweaks to the gun gameplay, alongside fixing the bug for players to join each other in a squad, and alongside doing some fixes with the scoring. So from my first impressions of it, I did like the gun gameplay improvements. The guns did have more of a character to them, which is what DICE had said in their article about this second alpha build. So no longer was the STG the dominant weapon in the battlefield. It was still very powerful, but it was better off in those mid-range battles. If you want to get up in close quarter combats, you probably were better off using the EMP or the MP40. I'm also noted that the GUR was no longer taking out enemy players, sniping them across the map, so that was kind of nice to see. Had a little bit of that damage range being reduced, and I was not seeing as much headshots from the snipers, so that was probably the big note from this alpha build. Was I wasn't being as picked off as much from the snipers as I was in the first alpha build. So not quite sure. We didn't have a lot of time to test it, but from what I had experienced, the sniper headshots had definitely been significantly reduced. So I know a lot of people have been talking a little bit that maybe it was reduced a little bit too much on the damage for the snipers, but I don't really know. We'll see a little bit more as we get a chance to test it out. You see exactly what's going on here. It did feel like it was a bit high in that first alpha build, so they might have maybe gone on the other side and made the snipers a little less effective. But that's why I'm really looking more forward to the open beta. I think the open beta is going to give us much more information off of what we can expect. We're even getting some clues from some of the developers that have been tweeting out some stuff about this open beta. David Sutherland did a tweet where he said, playing the Battlefield 5 closed alpha just after the Gamescom open beta build makes you appreciate just how much awesome work has gone into the game since May. Wow. So got to keep in mind this alpha build is an old build now. They've already moved on to the probably some stuff now for the actual Battlefield 5 launch, as the open beta is probably old news in at least DICE's world. So you can understand they're way ahead of us. So when we experience builds, they've already moved on and they're working on future projects. So got to keep that in mind. So that's why this open beta build is very exciting to me. I think it's going to give us a lot more information. The console side will be able to jump onto the Battlefield now and will just give us a better feel off of how Battlefield is going to be like. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. Feel free to let me know what you guys think about that as well. I'm sure a lot of people out there are thinking probably the exact same thing. Let us get the open beta, let us try it out, and give us a good understanding off of what Battlefield is going to be like. But that is it for you guys today. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Livid, and I'll catch you guys again later.